And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. So, I have my good friend Brandon here. He actually got a chance to do another music video, and it was for Illionaire. And I actually did a reaction to it. I enjoyed it, man. I really dug the look of it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And the thing that I liked about your music video was the fact that it had a Tarantino kind of vibe to it, but it also kind of reminds me of, like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, that like Rodriguez kind
Totally.
of vibe to it.
Great. Yeah.
And then you also had the two singers from your pool party movie too.
I did. Yeah. I had I had some of my Japanese rockabilly friends, Bad Banana, that were excited to be a part of it. And then I had Circus Zalewski, who played the butler in Pool Party. I hit him up to play Illionaire, and he just crushed it, as he always does. He's fantastic. Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it. Like, I like the Tarantino vibe to it, but also too, it has like a Mad Max kind of Fury Road kind of thing to it too.
Cool.
But the thing that I want to say though too is like the music video in itself is like very punk rockish.
Oh
me
yeah,
as well.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's like a Western. It's it has it's a Western. It has all kinds of I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Obviously, I hope there was that influence there as well.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, and it's a Western. It's a Western, but it's sci-fi. I mean, I think that's kind of my wheelhouse. It's starting to be more and more. I feel like, especially doing this, because it's not just a music video. It's a short film music video. Right. Yeah, a lot of great reaction from the dialogue. People just love the characters. And yeah, I'm starting to see what I'm really liking and what I'm digging as a filmmaker. It's pretty cool. I think with Pool Party and with Illionaire, I think those two pieces, I'm starting to kind of carve out my niche a little bit. And I have this new job with this really cool fashion brand called Vague Studios, another fashion. And I'm going to be creating like 3 or 4 15, 20-second clips for this fashion brand. And I'm going to do something really science fiction, prosthetics, really funny, yeah, I'm really excited to do that as well. And I'm just kind of finishing the treatment right now. So
that's pretty cool. I definitely love the makeup and the cosmetics for this short film. And I like the fact that, it's not just a short film, it's actually a music video within a short film, which I'd never seen that before coming into a short film like that, because I'm like, that reminds me of Rob Zombie. It has that punk rockish thing I love about it.
Zombie vibe too. Yeah, for sure. I was inspired by the song. The song kind of reminded me of like a Rob Zombie song, But when I see music videos in the past that have a little bit of this dialogue, it's usually just like an intro, like a 10-second little intro with some dialogue, and then it goes into the music video, and then it kind of ends again. It has a little outro. So I wanted to take that, but expand on that a little bit. And instead of jumping into the music video immediately, just like, why don't we stay with these weird ass characters for a little bit,
Exactly. Because I've never seen a music video where you're stuck with these characters for a little bit to get to know the characters to where they're fleshed out, and then it goes into the whole entire element of the story through music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I just want to be making feature films, man. That's what I want to do. So, in the meantime, I'm just convincing my clients to let me shoot little shorts for either their music video or for their fashion brand, So I'm just trying to practice and get these narratives a little bit. And honestly, I'm just experimenting with characters and like visuals and little stories. I'm almost done with my like the 10th, 5th, 20th, 100th draft of Howdy and the Legend of the Tornado Brothers, which is basically a film that is set in a post-apocalyptic other dimension of America or whatever, but we never mentioned that. And it's basically imagining a world that is run by music, and a controlled group of people known as the industry controls what music can be listened to and what music can be heard and played and performed. And a small group of outlaw musicians decide to fight back and start turning squares groovy with their music. And the industry is basically trying to stop them. and a small group of brothers, these three brothers called the Grady brothers, decide, and once they basically want to get on this famous outlaw radio station. And they decide, and they realize that once they can get past their generational trauma and work together and basically collaborate as brothers and get past their generational trauma, they realize they can summon tornadoes, and they become the Tornado Brothers. And so that's just one group of crazy characters. You know me, I just love all kinds of characters.
I love the over the top stuff that you do.
Yes.
Like and it definitely resonates within you to have those over the top characters. And not only are they over the top, but they're also relatable. It's not to the point where you can't get someone that can't relate to it. That's the thing. Because some people are like, well, this may be too over the top. I said, but I feel like that you can have over the top characters to where you can relate to. Look at Peacemaker, for example, where
What's that? I don't know that.
You don't know Peacemaker? It's John Cena's TV show.
Oh, okay.
Was based off of a DC character. His character is over the top, and it looks like he has a toilet bowl on his head, for crying out loud. But he's going through a lot of mental health issues, abuse from his father, and stuff like that. But they're using comedy within it to tell that story.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe I'm getting from you, though, for your stuff, because I feel like you can do over the top characters to the point where you can do relatability, you can do mental health, you can do everything within it, and people can relate to it.
Totally.
And I love how I'm just gravitated towards your work, because I feel like that ever since Pool Party, and Pool Party still sticks with me. Those rockabilly
Japanese
rock group still sticks to me to this day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, you know, I created that band just for that movie, for the short.
Right.
And then I named the band Bad Banana. And then they decided that they were going to be an actual band. And now they're touring.
It's badass.
They're fucking touring. And it's like their first show, I went and saw them downtown at Redwood. And I almost was brought to tears, man. It was fucking crazy, you know, to see like a band that I just created just for art, and they cherish it, and it becomes now their identity, and they're just so grateful. And
right, because if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be Bad Banana. They wouldn't
even know each other.
Right. So that's pretty phenomenal.
It's pretty amazing. So I'm just really grateful for that. And and then I used them. I thought I'd use them again, but actually give them some dialogue. Because in that movie, in Pool Party, they were just a band and they were playing music. So that was like the music video portion of the movie there. And then I gave them dialogue, and blown away. Itaro Sako, who's the guy who has the most lines in Illionaire, he's the one who's like, Illionaire. And then he kind of says his lines. He, fucking amazing actor, like great actor, man, you know, but I know, you know, it's like, I know I'm pretty good at casting. So I know like what it's going to be good. You know, I didn't know he was going to be that charismatic. I mean, the guy's incredibly charismatic. So yeah, I'd love to use them. You know, and I guess there is this tradition in Hollywood where, like, you know, you recycle actors that you worked with, and you create a family, like Wes Anderson, you know, huge Wes Anderson fan, obviously. And I mean, it's, you know, filmmaking is like a family. So when it works, it works, you know?
Exactly, because you know that you can get the best out of your actors, and you know the actors that you can work with. So why not keep the same actors that you have?
Yeah.
That way you know the work that you can actually get from them.
Totally. You know, yeah, exactly. But it's good to like find new actors too, and not just kind of like be safe and keep using the same actors. I mean, there is a little bit of comfort to that. So if you can kind of go out of your comfort zone and keep meeting more people, growing your family, I think that's needed. So yeah.
Exactly. I think so too. It also makes you more creative as a director too, to explore new avenues, new actors, actresses, to be able to keep things rolling. Because if you keep on doing casting the same people, it's like, okay, yeah, we understand that you get the best out of your actors, and the actors can get the best out of you, but you need to actually grow as a director and writer. So you do need to have that flair.
Those demons that I used in the music video portion, they're not acting, but they're very memorable. Those two girls, demons in the back seat, and then Byron, the yellow demon. I mean, you know, out of all of them, actually, you know, Byron's actually an actor, so I'm actually, you know, he's gonna get a call from me pretty soon. I'm going to put him in my next one. I'm sure he'll be stoked about that. But yeah, man, I just want to keep going. I want to get even crazier and funkier. I want to lean into this prosthetic stuff, but really make it, like you said, relatable and make a real story. I feel like a lot of the stuff I see with prosthetics are either like, there's that show online that I see on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, where it's like this woman is interviewing people that are always in prosthetics. It's a cool concept to do that. I think that's interesting. Yeah, and I think like, filmmaking should be an escape. And I think what's great with prosthetics is that it's practical, it's real,
Right.
And so I'm just going to lean into this whole thing. I think I wasn't going to use prosthetics on my next gig, but I think I got hired because of how funky Illionaire was. And so, yeah, hey, listen, if I'm the guy, the prosthetics guy, I'd be super down. I just want to make it like action and comic book and fun, but not comic book like, the $1 million Marvel comic book. I want to do something more like Looney Tunes.
You want to do something on your level of what a comic book should look like.
Yeah, like more artistic and on more my style of a comic book, kind of more old school and new school too. CGI is cool, but you do it in a cool way. You do it in little ways. I think like Wes Anderson, I really love how he uses CGI, where it's like you don't even notice that it's CGI.
You see, that's the thing that I like about practical effects. I like it with a little bit of CGI, but not oversaturated with CGI to where it takes me out.
Oh yeah,
and the way you blend the two together, I think it works really well.
Yeah, well, that was the first time. Illionaire was the first time I did prosthetics and CGI, which was...
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I know this is your first...
at the end, the fire at the end, which I thought was... I thought that worked really well,
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think it worked really well. And then I did a little coloring job, too. We turned the fire green, as Illionaire is burning, So I thought that was cool. That was the first one that I edited as well. I've never really edited much before, and I think I spent a lot of time working on that. Which listen, I'm down editing. I'm more down with like working with a great editor and sitting with them and working with them. But I do have some really cool tricks up my sleeve with editing. I want to experiment more with that, which I get to do on my my little shorts that I'm making. So yeah.
Right, and that's something I wanted to know was that challenging for you for your first time editing and also directing as well, or do you
directing, producing? I put the whole shoot together, hired everybody, so directed, produced, edited, and what else did I do? I did something else too. I did a bit of sound effects. I did all the sound effects. So that was cool too. Yeah, I mean, it's not challenging. No, I mean, listen, I think I would never want to direct a project that I didn't also produce. Writing, I think I'd be okay with not writing and just directing and producing. But I think the producing and directing go hand in hand. I have to be a part of every little process,
right.
And the editing was a bit daunting just because like I really had to do a good job because like nobody else was going to do it for me. And I really needed to like kick ass on this because it was such a great opportunity. It's a cool project. I really needed to do well, and I don't really have the technical savvy, but you know what? I don't say that shit anymore. I do have technical savvy, and it's like you can learn that shit like that. What you can't learn is taste, aesthetic vision. You can't learn vision. You either have vision or you don't. I have that shit in spades. The technical stuff is something that I think maybe I didn't have the patience for, but when you start actually trying to figure something out, you'll be surprised how quick you can figure it out if you just give it a shot. Give it fucking 5 minutes, and you'll be surprised. Right. Holy shit! I just learned how to blur out. I had to do this Playboy shoot for another music video. We had some Playboy models, and I had to blur some privates out. And I was like, "Oh my god, how long is that going to take? Oh my god, oh my!" And I just figured it out within 10 minutes. Maybe an hour, but once I kind of got the ball rolling, I started having fun, and then maybe an hour or two went by.
You see, that's how I am though with my editing and stuff like that too. When it comes down to making my shorts, my reels, and stuff like that, like when two or three people are talking at the same time, as well as like, how the hell do I make this work? And then you take a break for a minute and just process it, and then bam, it just hits you. And that's
Oh
what I
yeah.
feel like it is for you as well for the editing process, and especially with the blur stuff too. Like you're like, how the fuck am I going to make this work?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you just keep at it. You know, you don't
Right,
freak out if you I just have more patience now as I get older. You know, I just have a little bit more
right.
patience. And I trust myself and a little bit more now too, by being able to do it, and I learned you just can't, the more you have to rely on other people, the slower the process is going to
Hmm.
take. Now, there's some things that I just won't do. Like I'm not going to learn VFX. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to learn certain stuff. But yeah, other stuff yeah, I'm open.
Right. And you know what? I ended up interviewing Danny Elfman's brother, Richard, and his
Whoa,
wife,
whoa,
Anastasia.
sick.
And Anastasia is a huge prosthetics person. She loves practical effects. She also loves the classic Wolfman movies and things like that. And she also explained to me too, like how much she just enjoys the overall simplicity of, the creativity of prosthetics versus oversaturation with CGI and stuff
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And Richard is fantastic what he does as well for his direction with practical effects and stuff.
Oh, cool. So I don't really know much about Danny Elfman's brother. What does Richard do?
He's a director, and
He's
he's also he actually played a little short part in Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
who was he in Back to School?
Remember the band that was when
Yeah,
Rodney and then
that was Oingo Boingo. Yeah.
yeah, he was actually part of that band.
Oh, was he in Oingo Boingo as well? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was.
Yeah. All right. So he's a musician as well as a director.
Right.
Oh, cool.
And they actually have a movie together. Him and Anastasia both have a movie together called Bad Bridget.
Cool. Is it a new film?
It's a film that came out last year, so you might want to check it out. It's gotten some buzz off of Bloody Disgusting, so you might be able to
Is it
get.
a horror film?
Yeah, it's a horror film, over the top. I think it'll be something right up your alley.
Cool. Yeah.
To
I
get
love
some
it.
inspiration from.
Definitely. Cool.
But the thing that I have to say is that you have grown since like the last time that I talked to you.
Cool.
And I really feel like that you're growing and maturing as a director, as a writer within this whole entire thing with Illionaire. I really fell in love with everything that you're doing with this,
Cool. Man.
with that project. And, it's also another thing that I wanted to know was like, I know that you can get the best out of your actors, but what's one thing that you can say that they brought something out of you that you never knew that you had before?
I still always feel like I want, because the thing is, man, I am doing so much. I shot that whole thing in one day.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to get. Yeah, whatever. I shot it all in one day. It's insane, but we had to make it happen, right?
Right.
I don't have much time to do anything other than what's the next shot, where, company move to the next location. So, I mean, there were some moments where I was freaking a little bit and raising my voice, not at any of the crew. Thank God. There was some crew around to see it in the car. Cause like we really sun is going down. We're just getting our moving car shots. And the sun's already, we got like an hour to get all the car stuff. I didn't even get my wides of the car. There's no wides. And I still think that it needed that. I mean, if as a viewer, you don't notice, obviously you don't know.
Right.
It's missing a couple wide shots of the cars driving by, and we didn't get it. We didn't get it because some of my crew members mixed up the location.
Right.
They put the wrong address because we're out in the desert, so it's like they put the wrong pin at the wrong
location of that desert.
Of the second location, yeah. So I had to go to the right one and put a pin there, and then come back and then sign off everybody to go to the second location. So we lost 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes that I could have used to get my wide. So it was frustrating. I got a little frustrated. And I don't like to get frustrated. I don't take it out on anybody, but I don't like to see, I don't like people to see me like in that like kind of agitated, fucking not pumped. Like I'll get pumped and I'm yelling, but I'm pumped. you know, and,
Right.
but like to get a little, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, what did I learn from this experience from the Illionaire? I mean, that I can do this stuff really well,
Right.
you know,
But
there was
what I
one,
have to say,
yeah,
go ahead. No,
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 no.
no.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just going to say like, you know, there's still, you know, I'll be looking at it. There's still some shots where I like felt like, oh, we came up with that shot in the moment. It just wasn't working. There was a scene between Illionaire and Bindi, the girl with the
Mhm.
pony, and you know, where it's kind of this like I didn't really know how to shoot her, and you know, just like things that I will do differently in the future. Like I know, like just to make things a bit more dynamic and you know, having just things always be moving. I don't like static shots unless it's a fucking weird angle. Like we had some of those angles with like Illionaire and like the top of the diner, you know, that beautiful
Yeah.
like right angle, you know, like that was a beautiful
I like
little.
that wide angle shot, to be honest with you. It actually feels like that cinematic look that you're trying to go for.
Yeah, yeah, but still, like, how can we
Right.
make it a little bit, you know? So some static shots are really cool, but I
Right.
think generally, I think I just keep wanting to have more zoom or always have some movement. So like those car mount shots,
Yeah.
you know, where it's just Zoe driving and it's kind of zooming out, you know, like I finally kind of manned up there and we're like, no, we're no, just keep zooming, zoom in, zoom out, always kind of have some movement going on. So I think there was, and then we had some good handheld around the fire. That was cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, just keep pushing the animal. I think for now, like I want to have even crazier shit. Like there's a moment where Illionaire is talking to Bindi, right? And
Mhm.
one of Bad Banana says like, "Hey, Illionaire, isn't that Johnny Bronco's car?" You know, like
Right.
now seeing that shot, I just cut back to the wide of the lower angle between Bindi and Illionaire. There's like a low angle, and then we went back to the over the shoulder of Bindi, looking at Illionaire and Bad Banana behind.
And it makes it, I'm gonna be. It reminds me of Grindhouse. It
Yeah,
has
yeah,
like a Grindhouse feel to it by you doing that.
for sure. I mean, yeah, because it's
That's
simple. It's simple or
right.
whatever. But
And it
like,
has that mobility, like you mentioned as well, to where you know the camera angles feels more like a character in its own self
yeah,
instead of just focusing on the characters too. So that's
I,
something I like about it.
I do want to improve and make it a little bit even more fantastical and outrageous, like crazy zoom, like running zoom shots where it's like the camera is running to the character who's about to talk and
Mhm.
we're zooming. Like I want like way more heightened camera work. So
Okay.
it's great to keep shooting these like bigger budgety. I mean, we had a little over $10,000 for this shoot. So, which is still kind of remarkable because it's, you know, I think a normal person watching it would be like, oh, it's a $20,000 to $30,000 shoot, maybe, you know, and
That's what I was thinking.
easy, you know, it could be easily that. And yeah, we made it for 10, 11K, you know.
That's
Um,
perfect.
yeah, but it's great to have these opportunities even for this kind of budget. Just seeing what's possible and to just keep stepping up. So yeah,
I'm happy for you. I really am. I think that you stepped up as a director and
cool.
also a writer.
Sweet.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome. I'm being real with you, because I do like your style. I do like the way that you're doing stuff with the characters and just being able just to be in that world. And my question was too was like I know you wanted that wide angle shot, but at the same time, with it
what do
being
you
like
mean
a smaller
cars of the cars going by?
right, but I know that you said that you had some trouble with getting the certain angle that you wanted, but instead you had to go maybe for like a smaller scale. But my question was this: I know that you talked about a comic book kind of feel to it. With you looking at it in that kind of lens now, like with a smaller scale, do you look at it more like, okay, maybe that's kind of like the comic book feel that you've been wanting, as far as it being on that kind of scale, or no?
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's great. It turned out great. It's just there's certain angles and certain shots that I'm still just like, it's a little could have been better. Could have been more cinematic, you know, it just happens. You can't also
Right,
stop traffic. Sometimes there's a freaking ugly car in the back there. And then that's the best take, but there's this ugly car back there. And I wish
right.
it wasn't there. And then now with technology and AI, you can just remove it at some point. But we're not quite there yet. But no, I'm just saying, just making the shots more dynamic. You know, static shots are cool, fine, but experiment. Don't always just keep, even if it's movement, but just try even some more outrageous stuff. You know, even if you don't have a dolly, even if you don't have a complete steady cam and you're just handheld, go for the shot that you see in your head. Even if you think it's not going to look good because you don't have a steady cam, but you're handheld, we'll try it. Just try it. Just keep trying.
I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. That's the way.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get overwhelmed because it's just you and you've got all these locations and all this other shit to shoot. It's like, do you really have time to experiment? Yes, you do. Just fucking do it. You know, just go for it. Just try it. Just try it.
Exactly.
You know, even if it looks kind of whatever, or it's not, you did it, and in the editing room, it's not. You're not even going to know the difference. It's going to be, you're going to be so happy that you went for it. So yeah,
I agree. And there's one other thing I want to mention too, though. Like with the song itself, it also kind of reminds me of the song "Cherry Bomb."
Oh, cool! By the Runaways. That's awesome.
It reminds me of that. Just like that speed 'em up kind of drumming, the guitar sound. It has that loud energy of it, of the music that I really was vibing to. I was 110% invested in the characters, the music. It felt like a Mad Max Fury Road mixed with Rob Zombie, which I really dug. But yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I think I wanted to talk to you about as far as this goes, as far as this music video / short film.
Yeah,
because I really enjoy the originality behind it. I like the authenticity of it, the look, the vibe, the passion for what you're doing. You're doing great things, and you're evolving as a director.
Thank you. That's all I can ask for. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, if you guys enjoy this, I hope that you guys check out the music video. I actually have it up on the channel for you guys to check it out for the reaction that I did. Also, too, I'll also post a link to where you guys can watch it as well. I'm telling you guys, it's on authenticity at its best. If you're looking for something original, because I was like, oh, I want something original. Well, guess what? You have something original, but it might not be up to your standards on what original is, but you need to check it out. It's great. I really enjoy it. Matter of fact, I might actually watch it after this.
Cool, man.
But anyways, man, thank you again for wanting to come on the show. Anytime that you have something coming out, email Tom, email me. I'm serious. I'll interview you again.
Oh yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, no, that'd be great. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. All right, cool. Guys. Well, always until next time. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and until next time. Bye bye.